Hi students, this is Miss Williams here. Today we are going to take our expository plan and we are going to put it into an essay and start putting it into complete sentences and start our rough draft. So the first thing that we're going to do, we're going to reread what we wrote from our plan so that way we can refresh our minds, so that way we know what we're going to be writing about when we start writing our rough draft. So we have our introduction. We're writing about being a veterinarian. Reason 1 is to save lives. An example is surgeries. Example 2 is to run tests to investigate why an animal is sick. Our second reason was so that way I could travel and get out of the office. I could go to clients' homes. I would be able to travel to conferences to learn new information. And then we came up with our conclusion. So the first thing that we do when we start our essay is we copy over this introduction. So all this information here I'm going to copy, and I already did that, so that way you could see that it's just copied directly over, word for word, from my introduction or from my plan to my rough draft. So what I like to do, I like to put a check on it so that way I know I have that done. So now what we're going to do, I'm going to read over my introduction so I can get my thoughts going here. Do you love to be around animals all the time? Do you enjoy being faced with a problem and having to investigate or do research to find a solution? These are two things that I love to do. That's why when I grow up, I want to become a veterinarian. And remember, I'm on topic. I'm restating that prompt, that writing topic within my introduction, so that way I can tell my reader what I'm going to be writing about. So the first thing I'm going to start adding is reason 1. And when I start writing about my reasons, I need to make sure that I'm thinking about my transitions. So writers connect ideas and sentences with transition words. So this green line is going to be like our reason 1. Okay, so I can use to begin, first of all, to start, initially, at first, first. I always like to use first of all. That's kind of my go-to. And then this yellow light, this is going to be reason 2. I'm gonna write that here. Reason 2. Secondly, also, in addition, in fact, besides, another, furthermore, and moreover. This one is not one that I use too much. I like to use furthermore. That's one of my go-tos. Secondly, I like that one. In addition. Those are the kind of the 3 that I like to use. And then as you start writing more expositories, you'll kind of have ones that you like, and you probably have ones from 4th grade that you like as well. And then here, that red light, this is going to be for your conclusion. And you can use in conclusion, finally, lastly, or to sum it up. And then here, these are sentence starters that we're going to use for our evidence, for our examples. For example, for instance, and such as. And then if I'm trying to show maybe a contradiction, a contrast in my thoughts, we've been talking about although in class for patterns of power. You can use however, neither, but, nonetheless, and nevertheless, if you want to show a different side of something, a contrast. So I'm going to choose first of all for my first transition and reason 1. So that's how I'm going to indent, and I'm going to start writing first of all, comma, because it is a transition. And so I have here save animals' lives. So I'm going to take that and put that into a complete sentence. First of all, I would, I'm going to say I will. I will, or I'm going to, first of all, as, oh, I don't need a capital letter. And see, notice how I just cross out. I just cross out, first of all, as a vet, I will be able to save animals' lives, period. Okay, so now I wrote that. I'm going to check off reason 1. I'm going to reread that to make sure it makes sense. First of all, as a vet, I will be able to save animals' lives. Sounds good. So now let's go to example 1, surgeries, broken leg. Now, how can I put that into a complete sentence? Because right now, it's not. And when I'm thinking about complete sentences, I'm thinking about just a simple sentence. It shows a complete thought. It contains a subject and a predicate. I like to call my subject the who. It's my noun, a person, place, or thing. My what is going to be my verb. It's the action of my sentence. So I have a couple examples here for us to look at. Owen is who I'm talking about. Well, I'd ask myself, okay, what did Owen do? He ran after the cat. Ran is my verb. And then after the cat, we can call that our predicate. I just call it the what, like who did it and what did they do. Who and a what, and then I have a period. Who, Owen, what did he do? Ran after the cat. That's a simple sentence. Who, Zoe and I, that's my subject. What did we do? Went to the park. There's my action. I have a complete sentence. There's my period. So that's how I check my complete sentences. Simple sentence, you can call it a complete sentence. Okay, complete, simple sentence, they mean the same thing. But we want to make sure we're asking ourselves who is doing, who is the sentence about, and what are they doing. That way I know I have a complete sentence, and that's where my period should go. Please make sure you're putting your periods into your essay. And those 2 anchor charts will be posted into Canvas so you can come back and view them later. All right, so now we're going back and we're thinking, okay, surgeries. How can I include surgeries into my expository? I need to have a sentence about surgeries. So I could say, animals are constantly needing Y becomes IES, surgeries. Animals are constantly needing surgeries done for a variety of reasons. Okay, so I wrote one sentence to introduce that one of my examples is surgeries. And notice how I didn't use for example. You don't always have to do that. If you want to, you can, but you don't always have to. Because if I'm going to put in here my reason and then I say for example, and then I write some sentences, and then I say for example and write some sentences, it's going to start to sound redundant if I use for example 4 times. And I don't want to do that either, because then my reader is going to get very bored with my writing. So I want to change it up as a writer. So I don't always have to use for example. I can use it maybe once or twice within my essay, but I don't want to use it 4 different times. First of all, as a vet, I will be able to save animals' lives. Animals are constantly needing surgeries. Animals are constantly needing surgeries done for a variety of reasons. And then, well, here I could say, for example, no, I'm not. I'm going to leave it out and see what it sounds like. And if I want to, I can come back and put it. A dog may come in mangled, instead of just saying hurt, mangled with broken bones and need immediate surgery. So who, a dog, what, may come in mangled with broken bones and need immediate surgery. I'm going to say dogs are constantly being hit by drivers on the road, and I want to be able to help save those animals from dying. Okay, so let me go back and reread to see what I have so far. First of all, as a vet, I will be able to save animals' lives. Animals are constantly needing surgeries done for a variety of reasons. A dog may come in mangled with broken bones and need immediate surgery. Dogs are constantly being hit by drivers on the road, and I want to be able to help save those animals from dying. So it could sound here like maybe I could switch these two sentences, or I might be being a little repetitive. So I'm going to put a little star here because right now I'm trying to get my thoughts down. And so after I write my first paragraph, maybe I come back and I revise this. Animals are constantly needing surgeries done for a variety of reasons. And then I notice I use constantly twice. So I'm going to circle those words and then come back, and I may change that later because that's a little repetitive. So what would it sound like if I switched these two sentences? Animals are constantly needing surgeries done for a variety of reasons. Dogs are constantly being hit by drivers on the road, and I want to be able to help save those animals from dying. A dog may come in mangled with broken bones and need immediate surgery. I could just actually, since I kind of repeated this, that, you know, they're mangled and then they're being hit, I could take this out because it does sound a little strange. And I could just leave it here. A dog may come in mangled with broken bones and need immediate assistance. I want to be able to help save those animals from dying. Okay, so I could leave that there. That sounds a little bit better. So notice how I just crossed that out because I might want to come back and try to add that in later. And now constantly, I got rid of those two things so it's not so repetitive anymore. And so as a writer, what I want to do, I want to make sure that I'm stopping, I'm rereading, I'm going back, and I'm making sure my essay makes sense. Okay, now I wrote about surgeries, and I'm going to check that off. All right, now we're moving on to the next example. Run test to investigate why an animal is sick. So now I need to put that into complete sentences. So I'm going to say, I could also perform life-saving surgeries. Well, I don't want to say surgery again because I have surgery. So maybe let's say procedures. Perform life-saving procedures to remove life-saving procedures to do what? Well, when I was in college, I volunteered at an animal shelter, and this animal came in and had this huge tumor in her belly. So I could write about that, and then I could add in a little short couple sentences, an anecdote connecting to this example. So I'm going to do that. I could also perform life-saving surgeries to remove tumors. When I was, and remember that anecdote, that's like one of the examples that we talked about in that expository essay. Those writers were taking real life examples from their lives to make their essay better. When I was in college, I volunteered at a local vet clinic. One of the clients brought in a dog that had a volleyball-sized tumor, let's see, have tumor near its stomach that needed to be, that looks rough, I'm just going to cross it out, I'm not going to erase, that needed to be removed. The vet was able to remove the tumor and the animal lived. And then I'm going to kind of wrap up that story real quick here. It was a great feeling being able to save the family pet. Okay, so now I'm going to go back. I have a lot of information here. I'm going to reread it. First of all, as a vet, I will be able to save animals' lives. Animals are constantly needing surgeries done for a variety of reasons. So this whole paragraph should be about surgeries. A dog may come in mangled with broken bones and need immediate surgery. I want to be able to save those animals from dying. I don't have enough information, I feel, to talk about these animals coming in with broken bones. So I'm going to add a sentence there. Animals are constantly needing surgeries done for a variety of reasons. A dog may come in mangled with broken bones. I'm going to put in here due to being hit by a car. Period. I'm going to put a period there. I'm going to cross out and put this and that animal, that dog, will need immediate surgery. Okay, now let me see how it sounds. Animals are constantly needing surgeries done for a variety of reasons. A dog may come in mangled with broken bones due to being hit by a car. That dog will need immediate surgery. I want to be able to help save those animals from dying. That sounds okay. Sounds better. I could also perform life-saving procedures to remove tumors. When I was in college, I volunteered at a local vet clinic. One of the clients brought in a dog that had a volleyball-sized tumor near its stomach that needed to be removed. The vet was able to remove the tumor and the animal lived. It was a great feeling being able to save the family pet. And then I like to put a little concluding sentence here for reason one. So I'd have reason one, my two examples, and now kind of right here, I put a little mini conclusion before I move on to reason two about saving animals' lives. I can't wait to save the lives of many animals. I can't wait to save the lives of many animals during my vet career. During my, I'm going to say career as a vet. Okay, I'm going to go back and reread, and then we should be done with this part of our essay. First of all, or let me start at the very beginning. Do you love to be around animals all the time? Do you enjoy being faced with a problem and having to investigate or do research to find a solution? These are two things that I love to do. That's why when I grow up, I want to become a veterinarian. First of all, as a vet, I will be able to save animals' lives. Animals are constantly needing surgeries done for a variety of reasons. A dog may come in mangled with broken bones due to being hit by a car. That dog will need immediate surgery. Oh, I could put here Dr. Williams to the rescue. Dr. Williams to the rescue. And I'm going to draw a little arrow. This sentence right here. I want to be able to save those animals from dying. I could also perform life-saving procedures to remove tumors. When I was in college, I volunteered at a local vet clinic. One of the clients brought in a dog that had a volleyball-sized tumor near its stomach that needed to be removed. The vet was able to remove the tumor and the animal lived. It was a great feeling being able to save the family pet. I can't wait to save the lives of many animals during my career as a vet. So that sounds good. So that was what my introduction and reason 1 paragraph would sound like. So I really thought that through, made sure it made sense, and followed my plan.